Hello friends, welcome back to this video on analog communication, and today we are going to discuss the threshold effect. So first of all, we should know what does this word threshold means. Threshold means limit. So whenever we are using limit for something, we are using this word. So now when I derived the equation for figure of merit in the case of FM demodulator, so that time I said the signal to noise ratio depend upon the carrier to noise ratio at the input. So whenever the carrier to noise ratio at the input decreases, or when the noise at the input increases, so when noise increases, carrier to noise ratio decreases. So when the carrier to noise ratio decreases, the signal to noise ratio will have different value than the theoretical value. So the practical value of the signal to noise ratio will be different. So it happens that some cracking sound or the clicks sound, to be precise, will be coming whenever the carrier to noise ratio drops below the threshold. So whenever more click sounds merge, we'll be having cracking or sputtering type of sound. So actually this effect is called threshold effect. So I hope now it is clear what is threshold effect. It depends upon the carrier to noise ratio at the input. So the output SNR that we are calculating now, it is not the actual practical output, it is the theoretical output only, and the SNR will drop a lot and will be having clicks. So the output ST can be calculated as the summation of the modulated signal and noise. So you can see from the diagram that the modulated signal is represented T, noise is represented by RT, and if I represent the noise with the help of two components, so these two perpendicular components are NIT and NQT. So if I represent them, NQT will vary. So whenever NQT will vary, the point A represents the output ST. So output is the summation MT plus RT. So from the vector calculation I can say point A is the output. So whenever NQT will change, so output A will change. So output A will rotate in the proper 2 pi direction. So because the theta is changing because of changes in NQT, so the point A will vary. So this is causing the clicks. So I hope now it is clear why the clicks are present whenever noise is changing, the point A position will be changing. So now the question is, can we remove this effect? Because in the FM receivers this sound is very irritating. So how we can remove it? We cannot remove this effect. We can just extend the threshold. So you can see from the diagram that I can use some methods to extend the threshold. So I have two methods. First is PLL demodulator and second is negative feedback FM receiver or FM demodulator. So it is also called FMFB. So with the help of FMFB, I can only extend the threshold of low modulating or low varying frequencies. So I have already talked about PLL demodulator. Now I'll not be discussing it again. I hope you have seen my previous video on the PLL demodulator. So now if I talk about FMFB, it can extend the noise from 5 dB to 7 dB. So you can see previously the threshold was at T. So at the T level only the threshold was occurring and the click sound or the sputtering sound was there. But because of FMFB, the threshold has extended. So I have shown in the graph that where the extended threshold is. So now if we have lesser carrier to noise ratio at the input also, then also I'll be getting the extended output. So I'll be not getting the clicks and the output will be like perfect that I want. So there will be no click sound, there will be no sputtering sound till the extended threshold. But after that, obviously click sound and sputtering sound will be there. So I can just minimize this effect. So now if we see the block diagram of FMFB, so here at the input I have the modulated signal. The modulated signal is passed to the mixer, and mixer is the most important block in this block diagram. So in the mixer we have one input which is the modulated signal, and the another input, let's suppose these two don't vary much. So in the mixer I'll be having two output. I have already told you this in the case of super heterodyne receiver as well, that the mixer produces sum and difference output. Now after the mixer we have band pass filter, it will remove the sum output. Now I am left only with the difference output. So the difference output will not have very high variations in the frequency. So I hope this thing is clear. So this less variation in frequency signal is fed to the limiter discriminator. Limiter discriminator was converting the FM signal to AM signal. This AM signal will pass through the low pass filter and I will get the modulated signal. Now there is a priori information in the case of FMFB. This is how the FMFB is different from the normal FM receiver. So what happens, this output which we got, it fed to the voltage controlled oscillator. So here we are using the voltage controlled oscillator instead of local oscillator. So the voltage controlled oscillator will convert this voltage into changes in the frequency. So again it's a FM modulated signal. So we got the previous signal back to the mixer. So I'll get the present information as well as the previous information. So I hope now this thing is clear. But there is only one limitation, that FMFB works only for low changing signals. So I hope now you understood the threshold effect and how we can extend our threshold and what are the challenges occurs in the case of FM receivers due to this threshold effect. So I hope all of these things are clear. So here I'll be winding up my session. I hope you like this video. If you like it, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel and push the like button. Thank you.